Hello everyone, my name is Ryan Seneca and I'm here to talk to you about seatbelt use. So I'm a nationally registered paramedic as well as a flight paramedic. I work as an operations supervisor for an ambulance service that's responsible for rescue services including vehicle rescue, and I'm also an assistant chief of a fire department that covers the Pennsylvania Turnpike and a major highway. So seatbelt use is something that I've seen the benefits of and the negative effects of not wearing them. I have a lot of experience in this field, unfortunately. And the statistics don't lie. So in 2015 in the United States, there was over 32,000 traffic crashes that resulted in fatalities. There was over 35,000 fatalities in the United States as a result of traffic crashes. That resulted in 96 fatalities each day on average, and over 2 million people were injured. And all the statistics that I pull in this presentation are coming from a study done by the National Highway Safety Administration, and the link to the studies at the end of the presentation. So what percentage of people in the United States are wearing seatbelts? Comes out to 88%. So statistically, most of the people viewing this presentation should be wearing their seatbelts. But I can still make this beneficial to you, because how many people do we know that don't wear their seatbelts? All of us know somebody. So if I can't persuade you, perhaps I can persuade you to persuade someone else. So the most common excuses I hear for people not wearing seatbelts: I'm not going far. It won't happen to me. I've never been in an accident. I'm a good driver. Or my seatbelt may do more harm than good. And we're going to touch on each of these. So let's learn why seatbelts work. So it keeps you secured in the vehicle in a collision. So you're not going to get ejected. You're not going to get thrown into something in the vehicle. It helps to disperse the energy from the impact, which lessens injury to the body. It protects the spine. For the most part, it's not fully effective, but it's definitely beneficial. And it slows the body down in a collision. The airbags alone are not effective. If you're going fast enough and you hit something head on, you're going to hit the steering wheel before that airbag can fully deploy. So there are 4 types of impact with the body in a collision. And I pulled these from the Nancy Caroline Emergency Care in the Streets, which is the newest EMT textbook. And there's a source to the end of this presentation to that textbook. So the types of impact: there's an up and over. You're in a front end type collision. Your body can go up, where your chest hits the steering wheel, your head hits the windshield. Or it can go down and under, where your hips hit the steering wheel at the bottom, and your knees and your legs hit the dashboard. In the side impact, which you can see on the picture on the right, the body gets pushed out of the way while your head stays in one place, and that can result in severe cervical injuries and paralysis. It can also result in rib or hip injuries. And the most severe is the rollover collision. So the rollover collision, if you're not wearing your seatbelt, if you don't get ejected from the vehicle, you're going to be thrown around that vehicle. Think of it as like a gumball in a jar, and you're shaking the jar. That is your body in a rollover collision if you're not wearing a seatbelt. So the I'm not going far excuse. If you look, 23% of accidents happen within 1 mile of home. 28% happen 2 to 5 miles from home. 17% happen 6 to 10 miles from home, and so forth and so forth. So this I'm not going far excuse is not a valid one. I've never been in an accident. Well, in the U.S., on average, there's 1 accident for every 17.9 years of driving. I'm 30. I've been involved in 3 of them, so I'm trying to, I might skew those numbers a little bit. But if you start driving at the age of 16, statistically you should be in an accident by the time you're 34, and 2 accidents by the time you turn 52, and 3 accidents by the time you turn 70. I'm a good driver, but you're only as good as the drivers around you, and I cannot tell you how many innocent people I've seen killed because of the results of another driver. My seatbelt may do more harm than good. This is a myth. This is an old myth. Your seatbelt, a lot of people think that your seatbelt might trap you in the car in the event of an accident. However, your seatbelt may be the difference between you being conscious and able to exit the vehicle and being unconscious and incapacitated. I talked to Executive Director of North Huntingdon EMS, Shane Spillvogel, in regards to this. He has over 20 years of hospital and pre-hospital experience, and he couldn't think of one case where a seatbelt was detrimental to somebody. So in conclusion, the odds say that you will be involved in a motor vehicle crash in your lifetime. But for every 1% increase in the use of a seatbelt, an estimated 225 lives will be saved each year. Here's a link to my resources, and I thank you for viewing, and I hope I was able to persuade you.